Hi, I'm Leela. I am tracking the Indian negotiations as part of the Negotiator Tracker project. And I'll be telling you a little bit about the G77. G77 in China was ideally first started out to be 77 group of countries which would negotiate as a developing country bloc, which is that they didn't historically have any part and parcel, or they were not a part and parcel to emit or to create emissions in the world. So the burden of responsibility did not fall on them. The G77 is made up of a lot of internal dynamics playing within different types of negotiating groups. You'll have small island states, you'll have big oil lobbies like Saudi Arabia, you'll have economically more developed small island states, which is the SIDS. So you have and advanced developing economies like India and China and Brazil and South Africa. So you have a lot of dynamics playing through. For climate change especially, the G77's big stance is that they would like to make the KP survive another commitment period, and this is because it's the only protocol that has a distinction between the developed world and the developing countries, and also has a clause that the burden of responsibility of eradicating climate change lies with the developed world. So the KP is absolutely non-negotiable for the G77 together. They would not want to move on in the negotiations if KP does not move on. Another thing that the G77 has been pushing is for balance within the two tracks of negotiations, that means the LCA, long-term cooperative action, and the KP, and balance within the KP on different issues like Annex 1 reductions, capacity building, or within the LCA on mitigation, adaptation, and finance. So they're basically pushing for a balance here, and they're pushing for the KP to survive. Apart from that, South Africa has a significant role to play as an advanced developing economy in a new political grouping that has come on from Copenhagen, which is called the BASIC, which is Brazil, South Africa, India, and China. They are largely pushing for the KP and pushing to block any sort of language change to transition these particular economies into another annex, to basically mean that these countries do not want to take further binding commitments internationally, since they do not have the support or the financial support to take those commitments. And this is what their dynamics is in G77, because they want to keep it just the way it is, because it suits them more, and that's probably how historically it should be.